it's a game changer. It has been for us. And so I definitely, if that's your position, I would really, really recommend Insight Matters and working with them on this. My name is Max Hardy. I'm an entrepreneur specializing in technology-enabled influence and sales as well. So since 2012, I've been a co-founder and CEO of 10x Travel. And since then, we've helped hundreds of tour operator businesses drive cash flow with online sales and marketing techniques with our proprietary system called Get More Bookings. So that's who I am. I guess there's a few different points in terms of the issues that we're experiencing. Certainly, as I mentioned, I have a co-founder, Jay, and so I think, especially when you have a business partnership like that, it's very important to, with on the finance side of the business, to make sure that you have kind of clarity about the direction that you're going, and to get on the same page in that way. And you're working with you in that capacity has been very useful, helped us to be to start preparing a bit more, looking ahead a bit more, and be more decisive on executing the kind of the vision that we're starting to get clearer on, and I suppose as well at the same time provide support and accountability to us to be able to talk through that on a monthly basis with you. So I think those are probably the main problems that we're looking to solve, to get clear vision, to be decisive and prepared about things, and to be able to get accountability and support at the same time in terms of executing that. It was probably the absence of those things. So I think we were at a point where we had worked with a kind of virtual CFO previously, but that was we weren't getting quite the level of accountability that we needed. I mean, I think we ourselves it's very easy to push the finance conversation, which I really think should be at least a monthly conversation at a business owner level. We were kind of getting a little bit lazy with that and letting it become every 1 month become every 3 months and so on. So I think we really needed a system and a supplier, a partner like you, to make sure that we held ourselves accountable to regularly review things and like I said, to have clarity of vision on that, and be more decisive and prepared, and have someone to kind of help us decide when we were on a financial issue, when we were undecided, to help kind of break the deadlock, I suppose, because in a business partnership, it's often get to a point where you can't quite decide on a particular point or agree on something. So those are the pain points of not having that solution. And I would say probably in addition, the main reason why we weren't doing that and holding ourselves accountable is just a lack of time. You're running a lot of different things across a business when you're a business owner, and we have at points had a team as large as 20 staff, a lot of different things to think about. So having you involved, or indeed not having you involved, meant that we didn't have enough time to do these things. So I would say this has also helped us to save some time as well, in terms of getting a clear picture, an executive summary of what we should be doing and how things are going as well. I was assured already about the expertise that you and your team bring to the table, so I didn't have huge doubts about it. I suppose we already had, in terms of the dashboard that Insight Matters provides, we already had we already have Xero for bookkeeping, and that already has a profit and loss report and a bunch of other reports besides. So we had some visuals on how the business was going week to week, month to month anyway. So I suppose if I had one concern or doubt, it is a visual dashboard really going to make it that much better in terms of the clear vision that I was mentioning. And certainly, once we implemented this, it was very clear that that way of looking at the same information and having a kind of triage report of the things within that to focus on each month, that really, those doubts were really dispelled as soon as we got to that point. And I could see that these visual graphics were a much more effective way to show the rest of the team as well. I mean, I'm reasonably comfortable reading a profit and loss statement, but the rest of the team, that's not necessarily the case. So that's been really helpful in that regard as well. We had, a couple of initial consultations with you, but as soon as that visual dashboard was in place and you walked us through it for the first time, and it was a light bulb moment. I could see that was a much simpler way to understand this data, and the visual aspect of it makes it, you've probably seen that kind of the psychological data that suggests that people are either they're kind of more literal or logical learners, or they're more visual learners, and certainly that was a realization as well, that the visual nature of those graphics, they're colored bar charts and charts and things like that was a much simpler way for most people to understand the kind of top level business metrics. So I think as soon as we saw that dashboard for the first time, and you then walked us through it with the monthly executive summary that you provide, then it was really obvious that this was highly useful, and we had a clear plan to move forward. And I was very reassured about the accountability that you were providing to explain all of that and unpack it as well. If you are feeling uncertain in any way about your business financials, or about the way that you're using your bookkeeping information, and I mean, certainly you need to be using accounting or bookkeeping software like Xero or QuickBooks, or one of those cloud-based accounting softwares. But if you are doing that and you don't have 100% confidence or clarity about how that affects your business, and you don't have you need some kind of support to interpret that and make sure you're making better decisions, then Insight Matters and the service that you provide with the dashboard and with the executive summary to kind of make sense of it each month and set some strategic goals, it's a game changer. It has been for us. And so I definitely, if that's your position, I would really recommend Insight Matters and working with them on this.